Welcome everyone! We are the Grin brothers, and we're continuing our playthrough of Donkey Kong Country Returns.
I'm also dead, so...
Oh yes, you are. We're down to only A1 balloons, but I think we can go by without having to buy any more at the moment.
As long as we don't hit a rocket barrel stage.
Let's see. Because you're currently eating cookies, I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. I kind of hinted to that earlier in the playthrough with how I got to watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal is that one person who recommended to me on the basis that the skirts are short. Which is a strange way to recommend it, but I was intrigued to watch some Yu-Gi-Oh! As it was anyway.
Apparently it works, so it can't be that bad of a sales pitch.
No, I was interested in watching it beforehand anyway for reasons.
Look, man,
because
I ain't gonna judge.
Because I've seen scenes from the numbers and of what happens later on anyway, sort of thing. Though to their person's credit, he's not wrong. The skirts are incredibly short. They seem to really like legs, and now I don't mean just like the thigh. They just like the leg in general, because. I mean, most Yu-Gi-Oh! Character design tends to have the characters with fairly long legs to the rest of their body. Ominous.
Why is there a giant spike ball? That doesn't seem like a good thing.
It does not.
Well, glad I'm already dead, so... Good job.
But yeah, it's I've watched like the first 6 or 7 episodes. I'm not one to binge sort of thing. I guess the immediate thing I noticed was, given the previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Thing I watched was Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s. I forgot how slow paced some of these duels could be. But even compared to like original Yu-Gi-Oh! That's gonna come back to haunt us.
Already looks like it is. How did it ramp down and then up?
And then into smaller versions.
What are all these spike balls? Where are they from?
But like even, OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi vs. Kaiba was a singular episode. There's not been a single duel so far which hasn't taken place over 2 episodes. It's also weird here, let me explain the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! Sort of thing. First, there's Xyz's summon. That's not what you start with as an explanation. Like, you don't learn about tribute summoning
or normal
until
summoning.
episode 3. You learn about XYZ summoning beforehand.
How do they even drag the matches out for more than an episode?
Well,
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is literally the fastest paced card game in the...
By playing only like 1 or 2 cards per match, sort of, per turn, sort of thing. I guess to exemplify how much of a novice they are.
Yeah, they ain't pulling out like 50 cards from their deck.
Live.
Well, I've finished my cookies, so sure. Well.
So more Yu-Gi-Oh! You're a thief. You blow it away instead. Yeah, it's just kind of funny, just how they managed to stretch out the episodes early on. I mean, a good chunk of it is not actually based on the a lot of the runtime is actually dedicated not to the duel itself, sort of thing. You like the setup to what's going on.
Master form. Definitely didn't halfway screw it up.
And an interesting thing I'll note right off, sort of thing. Now, of course, per the person's instruction, he said specifically watch the Japanese version, which I think he meant purely because they censored the length of the skirt, which seems to be the main person's appeal for it. It was very strange, I gotta say.
I mean, at least they know what they're after.
Yeah, compared to what you have to do, I'd rather someone be having that sort of conversation about fictional characters than co-workers.
That's true. Well, guess it's more Yugioh.
I was about to say, I was thinking to myself, why didn't Raph do this? This is clearly the better way to go about things. And it's like, oh, that's why.
They literally give you an enemy to jump off of.
So, like, some things to note. Is like I do like the sort of because like one thing I sort of like immediately know with the sub versus dub difference, because I've seen the odd clip from the dub, and because Takahashi's passing, there's Yu-Gi-Oh content in general is being recommended all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, that worked out.
I like being hit by the spike balls, just saying, "Eee!" moment.
Yeah, you think it would do a bit more damage. Oh, that one was really slow.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting bored here.
What? Just
being dead.
Vibing talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, I'm dead now. Well, should I talk about stuff?
Yeah, sure.
I thought you were about to immediately die.
Oh, that doesn't take long.
You immediately died.
Yeah, I thought I'd have more time than that. What the heck?
Okay, peanuts do not work against undead minecart abominations held together by tar.
No.
It's a single coin.
But we're so low with our 215.
You're right. We should just kill ourselves to get that coin back. Okay. I didn't actually mean to die there, but... I've been making more progress in Monster Hunter Sunbreak.
That's good.
I currently have 3 different heavy bowgun sets. And
Darn.
3 different heavy bowguns to go with those sets. And I do have a other weapon in my form, my hunting horn, but I don't have a set to go with it.
DK, move! Why? What is wrong with you?
You can just teleport.
Hey, I got that coin.
That's a different coin. The monsters are cool.
That's good.
Look. Okay. Oh, okay.
Are you planning to stop anytime soon?
The most recent monster that, most recent of the lords that...
You didn't feel like they were going to stop anytime soon?
No, they weren't.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we wait until it goes by to then just run forward sort of thing? And that's where you have to knock it up. I'll find out. No.
Oh, I died.
Oh, that's a one-hit death. That's strange, all the others just did damage, they didn't one-hit kill you. Sorry about that.
Not your fault.
Yeah, like, the thing I was going to mention, just quickly, talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Most of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff otherwise, because you've got the Monster Hunter side. From the difference with the sub versus dub, it's the dub I feel works better with I think it's Yuma or Yuga. It's all used.
Yeah.
You know, I feel the dub works a lot better for him because it makes him sound more more like a kid going through puberty sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like people don't like the voice, but I feel it works far better than in the sub version where he sounds too old.
Yeah.
Which makes him worse, in my opinion.
Because he should sound like a kid.
Well, because of his character per se, it feels more tolerable as if he's a child sort of thing. Whereas when he's not a child, a lot of his actions make him just come across as just.
I think that's just for the puzzle piece.
Okay, just make him a jerk sort of thing. Whereas like a lot otherwise, you could kind of explain away as well. He's young sort of thing. He's immature sort of thing. But when he sounds like an adult sort of thing, a lot of his actions like he Astral. His like spirit guide that he suddenly gets all of a sudden. Yeah. He often doesn't want Astral explaining things to him or trying to guide him or telling him what to do, even though Astral is smart when it comes to a majority of the dueling. Yeah. But it's like Astral's saying this because he needs the numbers, because if he loses all his numbers, he dies. Yeah. And it's like there's a situation in episode 2. The manga I've seen handles better because they swap around the order of the duels here. In episode 2, there's a potential virus bomb which will go up, which will devastate the city. And Astral and Yugioh refuses to listen to Astral in terms of what to do, to the point that Astral has to use reverse psychology and start telling him to do stuff when he means the exact opposite.
Amazing.
It's like, a bomb's going to blow up, killing everyone! Why are you...
People take their duels very seriously.
Why are you being this stubborn about it? It's like... He's dying at point. Astral's dying at point. He's like, it's not like I care about your situation. It's like,
I just want to play card games.
Older, because of his voice, it makes him sound like such a jerk. Whereas, if, with the kid sort of voice thing, it's like, what, a 13-year-old, you don't expect him to be,
taking things seriously.
Yeah. It feels more believable, a lot of his actions. But the older he sounds, makes it more jarring. And just makes him come across as, like, more of a jerk. So it was an interesting thing, I know, in terms of like an immediate sort of thing. Overall, it's been pretty fun. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. The duels have been kind of straightforward to understand things, but again, I do find it interesting that despite being straightforward and despite them still tutorializing things within these first like 8 or so episodes, I've only watched 7 so far, but despite tutorializing something, they've all stretched to 2 episodes each, sort of thing.
Yeah. Which sounds ridiculous.
There's something.
Hold on, what if we just... Okay, no. Once we go forward, there's no going back.
Oh, it's not there though, so...
It would just be a puzzle piece, I imagine.
Yeah, that just leaves a barrel behind. Oh.
Good job.
I thought that there was more of a platform there than there was.
It just made it look like you just half-heartedly killed yourself.
Yeah, it's been fun. I've got to say, the absolute irony of... because like Astral seems to have a tendency to keep telling Yugioh, put Go-Go Golem in defense mode. It's indestructible when in defense mode. Yugioh, please put it in defense mode. And Yugioh just keeps placing attack mode. The one time that Yugioh does put in defense mode, the enemy's effect means that it actually makes it does pierce damage to it. So the monster still, and Yugioh ends up taking more damage than if he would otherwise.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the one time he put in defense mode of his own accord.
So he's just an idiot.
Yeah,
I guess makes sense. He's a kid.
That's the point, and I feel that works better, sort of for a the start of the series sort of thing, in terms of tutorializing things. But then it's more the case that I can understand if in his own personal duels, and like I said, the manga does things slightly differently. In manga, they swap duels 2 and 3 around.
Yeah.
Which works a lot better on the basis that duel 2 in the anime, there's a bomb that's going to destroy the sea infrastructure sort of thing. Meanwhile, in Duel 3, the serious stakes don't happen until later. It's just a friendly duel between someone. And the serious stakes are later where basically the guys tricked Yugioh into having like a little document on him before the start of the duel, which says, I agree to play anti-rule. And the reason is the guy wants Utopia, because he saw that it was a really cool card.
It's twice you've died just before the checkpoint.
Yeah. There's a catch there. There must be.
Damn. Oh, we lost the magic number.
Oh, great, I pulled a U.
Well.
If I could.
Hold on. You come back to life.
Yeah. There we go. Life well spent. It's weird that... Oh, yeah, I think this is the level you have to basically go back through it all. Yeah, oh, I didn't realise you had only one life.
Yeah.
Sorry. I would have revived if so.
It's not like it matters.
Yeah, we got lives to spare. Oh gosh. But yeah, like, you know, and you know, so dual free, you know, it makes sense that, and even in the manga, they kind of like, again, like I said, they don't make it clear the whole anti-rule until much later in the sort of thing, midway through the duel. But it makes sense for Yugi to be like, I'm not going to listen to you sort of thing. Whereas meanwhile, you know, in episode 2 of, you know, duel 2 of the anime, it's like, a bomb will blow up, killing everyone! That's weird. There's clearly more to a level, but we don't see any single rambi.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh, that must be what's at the top. At the beginning.
Maybe, yeah. So, that's actually worth a redo pure for that alone.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, sure.
You can keep talking about you.
Yeah. I mean, like, in that second duel, it turns out it's not a bomb at all, sort of thing.
It's a nuke!
But, you know, that's what they were thinking. They thought it was going to be a bomb.
Oh. You do this, because you can time it.
There we go. Yeah, Rambi.
Alright, I'll let you do this and I can talk about Monster Hunter. Oh, and we can break those.
This feels satisfying.
Just try not to lose them.
Yep.
So, the current plot is butterflies are evil.
What, in Monster Hunter?
Yeah. I say butterflies, they're kind of like if you combine butterflies and leeches.
That's a terrifying thought.
Yes. And they work alongside a dragon. And Fior, the Night Lady, got scratched by the dragon that works with the leech butterflies, and has been...
Oh, this is going to be a hard one to get done.
Just run. Not like we need the Kong ladders, we've got them.
I ran too far.
And no more Rambi.
Yeah. Well, we got all the Kong layers. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got all the Kong layers in this stage,
it's
didn't we?
probably just for puzzle pieces.
Yeah. But still, that was a pretty cool sort of like just thing to show off the Rambi there for a second. That you could basically get an entirely different level if you manage to keep him around. And this is the first time, and yeah, it does give you a big incentive to not die.
Yeah.
the fact that they don't give you a recharge rambi in like other levels.
Yeah. Bit of a douche move. Yeah, so she's currently got a disease or an infection or virus or whatever. It is out of action, which is also funny because you can still take her on hunts with you. As far as I'm aware. And I've fought against 2 of the 3 lords. I've fought against the Lunar Garen, which is basically an ice werewolf. It starts off as just normal doggo form, and then when it gets angry, it stands up on its hind legs and gets like ice claws and stuff and becomes a little ice werewolf. And it's actually a really cool fight.
Yeah, pretty neat.
It's got cool looking gear, but the gun sucks. I like the look of the gun, but it's a terrible weapon. It's basically a motorbike as a gun, and I love it because it's so stupid. We've also fought against the Astalos, which was in stories.
Oh yeah?
The gear is still really cool looking, and I want it. And
Strange, I thought they had more levels in this. Let me actually...
Pardon me. I've got some, like, new monsters.
Yeah, there is, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it is, but that's strange. It's supposed to be a... Unless that was the boss. No, because they have a different number for the boss sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah, should be more levels. Huh. Okay, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting some of the monsters that are popping up, because there's... Although I hate fighting a Malderon, they've got a lava Malderon, which just sounds interesting to fight. Although I don't have the option to fight the upgraded spider yet, which is upsetting. Because I want to. I want to fight the upgraded spider. I want to see how cool the gear looks and such. Okay, this entire place, like even the background's falling apart. I don't...
These cliffs are not a good living environment for these people. Why? Why would you do that?
I didn't think it would kill you. Like, who built this place? Why is it so poorly constructed? Like, look, nothing even touched that.
Its inhabitants are also all skeletons.
Oh. Nothing even touched these rocks in the background. They're just exploding. Like, this place was fine till DK ended.
Not the right barrel wrap.
Yeah, I know, but so why is that barrel there?
Yeah,
Yeah, Sunbreak is really cool, and I enjoy it a lot.
That's good.
Definite improvement to Rise, though it is still lacking some key features that I wish were in it. Notably...
Like Hunter Arts.
No, I want the ability to have pets back.
I was going to say, if you're going to go ahead of me, could you at least survive?
No. Like, I don't care about the actual, like, combat. I want to be able to collect pets again. Wow, that worked out surprisingly well. Like, there's so many of the creatures that would have been absolutely amazing as, like, pets. But I'm not allowed them as pets. And it's, like, honestly, like...
Why are you even doing this?
Yeah, it's kind of
To
just...
protect the ecosystem, but I can't have the pets, so what's the point of it all?
Okay, I just jumped straight down into nothingness. Like, man, I probably spent more time collecting pets in Worlds than I did actually hunting things. Because it was just nice.
Something sparkled there for some reason.
I have no idea what it was. It was a nice change of pace as well. Like, if you just didn't have the energy to kill the same monster another 20 times...
Done! Oh, gosh.
Sorry, the rolling can be very... finicky at the best of times. Oh, that barrel's gone into the nether.
Yeah, so you got a new favourite companion, or is it still the bro dude?
Well, you can take... I've got the ability to take Hinoa and Minota with me.
Yeah.
And I like having them with me. Especially because...
One of them judges you.
Yeah. One of them plays along with your goofy antiques. The other one will just look at you with disappointment. I'm not taking the blame for that. That's all on you. You had a platform to work with. It's not my fault if you couldn't.
Yeah, there's a little shiny effect for there. Yeah, you know, so far, you know, somehow character ends up pulling out the same sort of like 3 or 4 cards every single match. You can kind of understand the extra deck situation where he has cards just magically spawn there. But, you know, it's like all these jewels have included Gaga Golem, Gaga Magician. And I've got to be honest, I didn't even know there was a Gaga Magician. I knew the Gaga Magician girl sort of thing.
There's a Gaga Magician? Like a male one?
Yeah, it's like a 1,600 attack points. Can't even remember its specific effect off my top of my head. It's not one that comes up too often.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the only reason I know about Gaga Magician Girl is because artwork.
Like it's clear, you know, they've made sure they, with exception to Yusei, everyone's had like a Dark Magician Girl equivalent.
Are you trying to tell me that Stardust Dragon isn't 100%? I mean, yeah, it's just...
And admittedly, you know, in the case of Jaden's, his was like a lowly.
What?
Jaden's, he had Card Ejector.
Yeah.
Which they didn't introduce till the 4th season, and then after that...
I'm saying, technically they... Elemental Hero Burnitrix.
Yeah, but as I mean, like, the Dark Magician Girl,
Yeah.
literal, you know, comparison sort of thing.
In fact, Burnitrix was the one setting them in order and making sure people weren't loaders.
We have to be chased. It is the law.
My ears itching.
Huzzah! For getting the letter, not your ear itching.
Yeah, the ear itching is very inconvenient when I'm trying not to die.
I must admit, I've gone really good at not itching my face now at work.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to work, sort of thing. Huzzah!
Sad slap noise, that one.
And we'll end the episode here then.
Alright. As we just casually jumped between two different conversation topics.
Yeah.
Like,
Just every time.
good luck following that one, you suckers. I don't even know what I was saying.
Yugi Hunter! So you're a Monster Hunter, but the monsters are all Yu-Gi-Oh characters. Yu-Gi-Oh monster
I
cards.
mean, that would 100% work as a game. Surprised they haven't done that. But that's because Konami don't do anything.
Again, I'd love a Yu-Gi-Oh game actually based off the Duel Monsters lore sort of thing.
I just want Duelist for Roses too. I don't care if it's not historically accurate.
It's historically accurate to me.
Yeah.
To be fair, they did predict that King Richard was actually a pretty chill dude, and turns out, yeah, he wasn't nearly as bad as everyone kept making him out to be.
No.
Turns out a lot of it was just, the Tudors afterwards were like painting him in a bit worse light than he actually was.
But he's dead, so.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe for whatever happened.
Cheerio!
Diddy Kong stares you down.
It was half of a pineapple that would be trying to eat him.
Yep.